Hey, it's Tom Nicoli. I'm outside today because I'm going to share something with you that's extremely important when it comes to personal issues and personal change, and especially regarding what we call weight loss. See, when we look at things like beautiful flowers, when we look at things like the trees, the bushes, the grass, and everything that is on the surface, when we look at everything that is visual to us, we may find problems. We may find there's rotting, there's decay, there are all kinds of different issues. But you see, the plant and the beauty that we get to see on the surface doesn't happen on the surface. When we look at something, we're seeing the result of what's going on beneath the surface. So the root system is what has to be addressed, and what's going on beneath the surface when there are problems, what we get to see. Now, you may be a step ahead of me already, but you see, when we are visually different than we want to be, when we're heavier than we want to be, it isn't about the body, it's about the root system. It's about what's going on beneath the surface. And this is why conscious effort, conscious thought, and willpower is just force and struggle. Or something invasive like cutting out 2/3 of your stomach. That's like cutting off your head if you have migraines. The problem is not the body. What we see is the result of what's going on below the surface. So it's not conscious mind, it's subconscious mind. Like submarine, below. So when we address what's happening at the emotional, at the place where we have feelings and thoughts, and some thoughts you're not even aware of that are just recorded, that created patterns and habits that the mind is now using and functioning off of, like a hard drive. The programs may have been fine in the beginning, which they were when we're born, right? Like a computer gets delivered. But then there are downloads, there are things we hear, things we perceive, beliefs, and beliefs aren't facts, but they run your life. That's all beneath the surface. When that gets addressed, then what you see changes. You see, this is the big secret. Until the emotional weight, what we carry emotionally, until that's addressed, the body doesn't really change. And if you force and struggle using willpower and conscious effort, it may change slightly and sometimes a lot, but almost always, the vast majority of time, it goes back to where it was and then some. So think of these phrases. It was heavy on my mind. I carried that forever. I had the weight of the world on my shoulders. And even if you don't use those phrases, the emotions are heavy and the body matches what we are energetically. This is why the work I do and the programs I offer people are so effective and comfortable and easier than any other approach you've ever taken, because we're not using the force and struggle to fight against what's running the show here. We're going to interact with the subconscious mind, re-guide it, redirect it, and release the bad and unhealthy patterns and habits that have been there that have caused the problems in order to once and for all set you free. Free to be more confident once again, to have more self-respect and self-esteem and a positive self-image, and to live happier and healthier. So if you're interested in learning more, contact me, tomnicoli@gmail.com, or reply to wherever you're seeing this. Put a comment and let's talk. And I'll share with you what can be done and how we go about it. But stop dealing with what's on the surface and start finding out how to access where the problem was started down in the root system of thought and feeling. I hope to talk to you soon.